Alright, hello everyone, welcome to a new DVD update, where I will be talking about all the movies I bought over the last month or so. Start off with one of my favorite movies of the year. If you watched my best and worst of videos, then you saw that these two were number 1 and number 2. This was number 2. This is Frozen. Love this movie. Such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you really need to check it out. This is a really good movie. I just recently rewatched it yesterday, and it's still great. Great story and everything, great music. Obviously everyone hates Let It Be, but it's a great song, or Let It Go, excuse me. But it's a great song, won Academy Award, which I'm very happy about. It's a fun movie. It's a good Disney movie, a Disney movie that actually made me care about it, which hasn't happened in a long time, but I go into more detail in my best and worst of. This is actually the Target exclusive. I take all the stickers off slip sleeves because I don't like that. But this is the Target exclusive, which comes with this bonus disc right here, and this has, the only reason I wanted this was because of the Voices of Frozen featurette. I'm a big fan of watching actors do their voices for cartoons and whatnot, so I was interested in just seeing that feature, and it was the same price as it was everywhere else, so yep, make some room here for everything. Okay, next one up was my number 1 movie of the year. I haven't watched it just yet, but I'm going to soon. This is Saving Mr. Banks. Great drama, great movie. Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson are really good in this movie. Colin Farrell's in this movie, and he's really good too. Yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, I definitely recommend renting it, checking it out. It's a really cool movie about the making of Mary Poppins and whatnot. So yeah, check it out. Alright. Next up we have is Thor: The Dark World. This is the Blu-ray 3D. Really, I just bought it because I wanted to have, I want to have all the Marvel, cinematic movies that lead up to the Avengers movies. And so I bought this. I saw it in the theater. It was okay. I was never really a fan of Thor, but it's a halfway decent movie. I haven't seen it in 3D. I got it just because, fuck it, I got a 3D TV. I might as well. So. Alright, next up we have is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I actually got this buy one get one free at Best Buy the weekend of my birthday, and I've never seen the movie, but I figured it was $10 and then I got another movie for free, so I was like, whatever. So I started watching it. I have not finished watching it yet, but yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I'll give it a chance. I just haven't finished watching it yet. Next one up we have is Machete Kills. This is a movie that I saw in the theater and I liked. It was just one of those movies. I liked the first one too. It just seems like a movie that is good the one time. I don't know. I'll have to give it a shot. I got it used for $8 at Family Video. So yeah, I'll have to give it. I haven't checked it out yet. I still have the receipt sticking out of the slipcover. So. Next one up we have is Smurfs 2, which was actually on my worst of list. But I like the Smurfs, so I figured what the hell, I got it for $7 used. This is actually a bootleg cover too. It actually says it somewhere. Oh, it says right down at the bottom here. I don't know if you can read that. It says repackaged by Family Video. Whatever. I mean, it's the disc. So also along with Smurfs 2, I got Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, $7. Again, I haven't watched this because I haven't even finished the first one yet, but I will check this one out soon. I was hoping that they would have had the 3D one for sale, but they did not, even though they have a few copies of it. Alright, and Family Video does a buy 3 for $21, so along with that I got Your Next, which I've not seen yet. But I've heard great things about this, and I'm a big, horror fan, slasher fan, so I'm kind of excited to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I got a lot of stuff piling up, so I'll get to it eventually. Next one up is a movie I just watched last night, and I gotta say I was kind of like this on it. This is from Trauma. This is Return to Nukem High. I watched it. I mean, what was really weird about it is I think this is the first one they shot in HD, and it's weird because it feels like a big budget movie, but it's a Trauma movie. Like, it feels like both of them combined. It's kind of weird. But I would give this a shot. I think it goes on a little bit too long, and I don't know. It's just a weird movie, but that's Troma for you, right? I love the green case, though, and I'm going to have to rewatch it, maybe watch it with the commentary, because I thought parts of it were kind of over the top, even for Troma. But, you know, I got this for $15 at Best Buy. Best Buy actually has this in stock, so I was kind of surprised to see a Troma movie at Best Buy. Alright, the next two I'm going to talk about are from Shout Factory, which I love. I love Shout Factory, and I'm glad that they released this one particularly. This is the Slumber Party Massacre. Always been a big fan of this movie. It's a cool, fun movie to watch, and I'm really glad they released it on Blu-ray. A lot of people were mad because they released it on DVD as a collection of all three movies, and the first one was an HD transfer and everything, and it was by itself. It was on its own disc, and people were pissed because they were like, well, why didn't you release a Blu-ray? And I believe, I could be wrong, but I think Shout Factory was like, we'll never release it on Blu-ray, blah, blah, blah. And so people were pissed that they had to buy that first one, now they gotta buy this one. I don't really give a shit. I bought the first one for all three movies. I bought this one so I'd have the first one on Blu-ray. So, whatever, I'm not complaining. I have not watched this yet. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I got it in the mail on Monday. But I just haven't gotten around to it because, like I said, I've got a lot of stuff piling up. Next one's also from Shout Factory. This is Bad Dreams and Visiting Hours. I recently watched Visiting Hours on Netflix and really liked it, so I figured I'm going to buy it just for that, because I liked Visiting Hours. And I started watching Bad Dreams. I watched about half of it, and I haven't gotten all the way through it yet, but it's decent. Nothing spectacular, but I don't know about Visiting Hours, but Bad Dreams looks really good. Shout Factory always does a great job, and they got a ton of special features on here, including a commentary on Bad Dreams. So, alright, next one up. When I bought Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, it was buy one, get one free. So I bought that for $10 and got The Amazing SpiderMan for free, which is a movie I'm not a big fan of. I liked Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies. I think this one is okay at best. I tried rewatching it and I was bored, so I guess this is a movie that, giving it another chance, really doesn't do much. But I will try to finish watching it and see how I feel. I'm not really sure about Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'll probably go see it just because I like Spider-Man. But we'll see. I mean, I didn't like Batman Begins either, and I ended up really liking Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. So who knows? I'll probably like the sequels to Amazing Spider-Man. Alright, next one up is, I'm a big fan of Stallone, so I got Escape Plan here. This was actually a good one, I thought. I think it's not like something that I would watch over and over again, but I think it's definitely a movie that, if you're bored and you want to watch an action movie, you can watch this. It's a really cool movie. It was like Stallone and Schwarzenegger finally together in, you know, co-starring roles, not like Expendables where, you know, Schwarzenegger was kind of a side character or a cameo. And this one was them starring together. You know, people have been waiting for this for like 30 years, so it didn't do well in the theater, but I think people should just look past the fact that they're getting old and look at the fact that they can still do this shit and it's still believable, and I think it's a cool movie. I think Schwarzenegger's got his cards all lined up correctly. I think Stallone's over. I think his career's done. But Schwarzenegger's definitely knows what he's doing. Even though people aren't going to see his movies in the theaters, I think his movies are well-made movies. I watched Last Stand, but I kind of was in and out of it, so I got to rewatch it. But it was a pretty... I mean, it was holding my attention for a certain point. Stallone's movies, like Bullet to the Head and Grudge Match. Grudge Match was okay, but it was a boring movie. It was like there's so much crappy boringness to it. So I don't know if I'm going to buy Grudge Match. I mean, it was an okay movie. I mean, eventually I'll get it somewhere down the road, but I'm not going to buy it right away. Next one up we have is also one of the movies that was on my best of list for this year. This is The Hunger Games Catching Fire. This is the Best Buy Steelbook, which I love Steelbooks. I'm in love with Steelbooks. I don't know why. They're just neat looking cases, and they're usually better covers than what the DVD is. But this one, wasn't a big fan of the cover, but what are you going to do? I think the original cover is this, and I think that's a better cover, but whatever. What are you going to do? I didn't like the Target exclusive, so I also picked up the original one in Steelbook, because, again, I love Steelbooks. This is one I already had, but I got it from Best Buy. If you buy both of them, it was like $5 more than what Catching Fire was, so I figured what the hell. This does not have the second disc, though, that has the documentary on it, so I guess I'll have to keep my original Blu-ray release as well. Alright, and that is going to slide off. Let's put it over here. Alright, and to round out the Blu-rays, usually I start with DVDs. I don't know why I keep forgetting to. My father gave me, I should have said this a long time ago, my father gave me $200 in gift cards for Best Buy for my birthday. And I chose to buy a bunch of stuff. And this is the first thing this is the second thing I bought. This is Weeds, the complete series. I love this case because it's like it's radiation glowing or something. I mean, it's just kind of a neat looking case. This is a really cool show. If you haven't watched the show, you really should. It's on Netflix, so you can watch it if you have Netflix. And it's a really cool show. A little risque, but it's a really funny show. Mary Louise Parker and Kevin Nealon's in it. Kevin Nealon's hilarious in the show. I think he's the best character. But this is a cool show. It slides out of here. So you get this, and then it's one of these book things. What I don't like about this thing is that the discs are very hard to get out of the sleeves, and I have a feeling that's going to scratch the discs. So, but if it does, it does. I mean, what are you going to do? Another thing I like about this thing is this cover is very hard plastic. I mean, barely bend it. This thing is very nice. I'm sure they'll re-release it without that and put it in some other kind of like regular case, but this is a really cool looking set, so I'm kind of glad I got this. Okay, so the day after actually the day of my birthday. I was born on Leap Day, so my birthday is the 28th or the 1st or something like that, I don't know. So this year I spent the 28th hanging out with my friends, going out and partying, and then the day after that, I had nothing to do, so I went shopping because I had those gift cards. So I kind of went all over the place and drove, to a city that was kind of far away from where I live, and to go to different places, to a used DVD store and whatnot. And I got a bunch of stuff that day, some of which I sold on eBay because I ended up finding it super cheap, and I figured I could make a profit off of it, and I did. So I don't care what anybody says, and I'm not going to say what it is, but yes, I did, and I made a very good profit off of what I sold. But one of the things I bought was this. This is the first volume of the Royal Rumbles from 88 to 92. I am not a huge wrestling fan. I kind of watch it sometimes from here, here and there, but I really like the Royal Rumbles. They're fun to watch. Just the Royal Rumble match itself, not so much the whole thing, but just the Royal Rumble match itself. It's fun to watch. So I really wanted to get the whole set, but I'm not paying, $100 or more for it. So I found this brand new for, was it marked? It was marked $10. No, yeah, $10, and the store was going out of business, so they dropped it 40% or something like that. So I ended up paying $6 for this. Yeah, no brainer. So it's I watched the first one. I haven't watched any of the other ones, but I'd like to find the other ones for a decent price, but they're all like $35 or more, and I don't really want to spend that much money, because if I buy 3 of them, there's 3 more of these. So if I buy 3 of them at $35 a piece, I might as well just buy the whole set for $100. All right, next one up was a series that I remember when the promotion for this show came on, and I thought they were joking, and it actually was a real series, and I don't know if I ever watched it or not, because I really don't remember the first episode, but I watched the first episode so far, and it's kind of fucking stupid, but whatever. This is Pinky, Elmira, and the Brain. I grew up watching Pinky and the Brain, Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, and so on. So when this came out, I was like, what the hell? I had those gift cards, so I figured, what the hell, it was $15. I picked it up. It's kind of a goofy show, kind of a stupid premise. And I read up on this show that the studio really wanted to make Pinky and the Brain more of a sitcom, is what they said. And so they brought in Elmira for some reason, and one of the producers walked off the show because of it, because they thought it was that stupid. And it is stupid. So that's all I have to say about that. When I went to Disc Replay, which is the used DVD store I went to, I found, this was at Walmart a long time ago, and I never bought it, but I recently bought it because I like Hulk Hogan. So this is No Holds Barred. I've never seen this movie before. I watched a little bit of it, yeah, it's an interesting movie. I heard this is coming out on Blu-ray actually in a couple weeks, but I'm not going to rebuy it. I picked this up though for what the hell? Why not? It's a decent movie. I don't know why he wasn't playing Hulk Hogan instead of playing some other Flash somebody, or I don't remember the character's name. I don't even see his name on here. Rip, that's what his name was. So, alright, at that same store that was going out of business, I picked up a couple things. I picked up the Pulse trilogy. This is actually a Canadian release. It's all 3 movies on one DVD. I have never seen these movies. I'm sure they're terrible, but I got it for like $6, so I figured what the hell, 3 movies for $6. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say about this. I've never seen these movies, so. But in the same vein as Pulse, I also picked up The Ring, which I've never owned before. I remember seeing this a long time ago and not liking it. But I don't remember anything about it, so I can't really sit here and tell you why I didn't like it. So I picked this up. I actually ended up getting it pretty much for free because I had some store credit at the Disc Replay, but not enough to pay for the whole thing. So when I went up there to use the credit, there was 80 cents left due, and I didn't have any cash on me, so I went to give him my debit card, and the guy was like, don't even worry about it. He ended up paying for it, so I ended up technically getting it for free, but I have not sat down to watch it yet, so, but I will, because I want to give it another shot and everything, so. Alright, another title I got from Disc Replay here is another wrestling DVD. I do enjoy getting some wrestling DVDs here and there. And this is McMahon. This is all about Vince McMahon. Not much to say about this. I used to really dislike him a lot. I still kind of do, but I was interested in seeing a DVD about him, and it was $5.99, so whatever. I haven't gotten around to watching it. Most of the stuff I haven't, like I said, I've got a lot of stuff piling up. So I have not gotten around to a lot of it. Next up is a show that I watched when I was like 3, and I still have most of these toys in my basement, and this was such a cool show back when I was a kid, and I'm so happy that they finally, I've been waiting for Warner Brothers to release this forever, and I'm so happy that they finally did. This is Flintstone Kids. It is 10 episodes on 2 discs. I watched a few episodes, and I'm loving this. I mean, this is nostalgic for me. It's like so much. So yeah, this is really cool. I'm a huge Hanna-Barbera fan, and I really liked all the Flintstone spin-offs and everything. So, but this one is definitely my favorite. I really like this show. So I'm glad they released this. I hope they keep on releasing. I think there were 60-something episodes, 65 maybe, and so yeah, I hope they release the rest of the series. They don't have a great track record for finishing out series if people don't buy it, but this is a cool show. Next up, when I went to buy Flintstone Kids, I was walking around Target just kind of seeing what they had, and then I saw this on the shelf, and I'd forgotten all about this, and I saw it was $5, so I picked it up. This is the Madeline Specials. I don't know if anybody used to watch these. When I was a kid, they play. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of these, and they played these on Disney Channel once. And my mom recorded them, and I remember watching them a lot when I was a kid. And when I saw this sitting on the shelf, I was like, "Fuck, man, $5? Why the hell not?" I've only watched the first special, but my God, just memories just flowing back after I watched the first one. It was really cool to find this. I didn't even realize this existed, so this was kind of a neat find for me. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Alright, let's see here. I got last couple here. Another show from my childhood, actually released by the same company that released Madeline, is Dennis the Menace. This is 33 episodes of the 80s cartoon. I used to watch this all the time, like before I went to school, like it would be on in the morning and stuff. I remember watching this all the time. I watched the first episode on here, and it was really neat to see this again. Phil Hartman did the voice of Mr. Wilson and Dennis's dad, so it was kind of neat seeing him, or hearing him do the voices. Because as a kid, I didn't know who Phil Hartman was, so hearing it now, I'm like, that's Phil Hartman. But when I was a kid, it was just Mr. Wilson. So yeah, this is cool. 33 episodes too. I hope they release more of this too. This is volume 1, so hopefully they'll release more. Alright, and the last 2 things I want to talk about, I'm just going to really quickly mention. Mill Creek is this company that releases stuff, and they'll release it super cheap. There's usually no special features, which is fine, depending on what it is. But they've been releasing TV shows. They re-released Roseanne, and I actually bought the first 2 seasons again. I have the Anchor Bay releases, but I bought the first 2 seasons from Mill Creek because they actually got the non-syndicated releases, so the uncut episodes, because the Anchor Bay ones, the first 2 seasons, the episodes were the syndicated cut. So I repurchased them, and they're super cheap. I think I paid maybe $10, if that, for those 2 seasons. I'm not really sure. I probably didn't even pay that much. But they're releasing more shows, and they're cheap. So I found these at my job, and with my discount, first of all, they're marked $7 or $8. No, $7. You get 2 seasons for $7, and with my discount, I got it for $5. And I got Married with Children, which is a show that I never really watched as, when it was on, because I think this show was way too over my head when I was a kid. And I started watching it when it was on Netflix. It's not on Netflix anymore, but I started watching it, didn't really get into it, but I figured for $5 I'd give it another shot, and I've been watching more and more episodes, and it's getting better. And the same thing with Cosby Show. $5. I got 4 seasons of TV shows here for $10. Not bad, I think. I love Cosby Show. That was a show I always used to watch as a kid, and I still occasionally will watch it when it's on. But they're going to keep releasing these, and they're going to do them in double packs like this. Fuck. Okay. Not much money being spent on a whole series, and they look fine. I mean, it's not like they're crappy quality or anything like that. Alright, that is it, guys. That is everything I have bought. Like I say, give it a thumbs up. I'm glad you guys enjoy my videos. I enjoy making them. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Tell everybody about this. Please, guys, watch my Steven Talks episodes. Watch my immediate reactions. Any skits I do, watch those. I mean, you guys are the reason I do these videos, and I want to keep doing them. But I don't always get the views that I would like. Spread the word if you like these videos. Please tell other people about them. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.